Hey everyone, welcome to Xaynew Stories. This is Wild Saturdays.
I thought I was helping my sister, instead I got physically outplayed by a 12-year-old. Story number 1. Today I effed up by picking up my sister's son from school. User No Helmets in Hell writes, my sister asked me if I was willing to pick up her son from school because she was not feeling well. I said yes. My sister did warn me that her son's been in a bad mood for the past couple of days, so she was expecting me to be an adult who knew how to handle a moody 12-year-old. I encouraged her to focus on getting better because her son was in good hands. Cut to my nephew getting in my car and asking me who the girl was in my IG post. I was like, hello to you, little man, before telling him the girl was my friend. He asked if I was gonna make my friend pregnant. I said that was an inappropriate question to ask someone, and then I attempted to explain why. But I noticed he was scrolling through my friend's IG profile while I was talking to him. I asked him if his mom allowed him to use social media. He said his mom allowed him to do anything when she's sick. I said kids his age should not be looking at girls online. He asked if I never looked at girls when I was his age. I had no grown-up response to that question, so I skipped over my answer and encouraged him to take care of his mom when she's sick instead of taking advantage of the situation. He said his mom wasn't really sick. She apparently hurt her butt. He laughed as he described how funny it was to watch her walk. I asked how did she hurt her butt. He shrugged and said I should ask my dad because she's mad at him for it. While I was absorbing the information, I noticed he was tapping the like button on almost all of my friends' posts. I asked him to please stop looking at my friends' content. He asked if I was jealous. I said I was uncomfortable, not jealous. He said I was uncomfortable because I was jealous. I said I was gonna tell his mom if he continued to do what he was doing. He said I could, but then he'll tell his mom that I said another man was his real father. I looked at him like, what the heck? He said the next time I pick him up from school, I should come with my friend. I said that was never gonna happen. He said it might happen because he just sent my friend a message to ask if she was interested in joining us. I thought he was joking until he showed me the DM, which included a picture of the two of us to prove we're family, but it got worse. His message also added that I would love to slow dance with her on Valentine's Day. Needless to say, I was happy as heck when I handed him over to his mom, even though I struggled to actually look at my sister without being bombarded by the images of her getting her cheeks destroyed by her husband. So, TLDR, agreed to pick up my sister's son from school. He turned out to be a cunning little creature that thrived on making me feel as uncomfortable as possible. Man, OP, kids these days are very different. I don't know if it's being disrespectful or really just outright crazy, but social media really changed their way of life in general. If I did that when I was young, man, I would be looking at a whole years of suspension or maybe grounding. Story number 2. Today I F up by shaving my wife while being pregnant. User SciTransDude99 writes, today I F up by being a wife groomer during pregnancy. So my wife and I celebrated our 5-year wedding anniversary. We were recalling really weird and wacky memories during our marriage. Warning, some too much info ahead. When we got married, my wife was 6 months pregnant. Not to be TMI, but I often used to shave my wife's legs and bits because she couldn't reach them. Nothing sexual about it, just purely fictional. So around 8 months into pregnancy, my wife asked me to shave her bits as it was the Amazon jungle down there. So because of her bump, she would stand over me, spread, and I would shave the areas. I used an electric razor. I didn't shave all the way, just trimmed it down a little bit. So one of these sessions, my wife sneezed on me, and we both burst out laughing. I toweled myself and kept going. At this point, I had finished her legs and had finished her top right side and was working on my way to the left. Think like painting a fall except I'm shaving. As I started again, my wife froze and gasped. Before I could move, her water burst onto my face and all over my chest. We froze, screamed, and panicked. I literally had a fast rinse in the shower, grabbed the baby bag, and we raced to the hospital. A few hours later, our son was born, all good and healthy. The gynecologist chuckled and said, nice grooming. It's like a before and after photo. So a TLDR got soaked by Mother Nature, induced labor, and left my wife a lopsided bush. I mean, props to you, OP, for doing that to your wife. I feel like a lot of men wouldn't really do that, especially during the pregnancy stage or at all in general. But hey, not the weirdest thing out there. And congrats to you and your healthy baby, OP. Story number 3. I have cancer and I am not telling my family. User UnworthyBell7503 writes, the title says it all. I'm a suburban housewife. The past few years, I've gotten tired of the way my family is treating me. I have a young adult son. The oldest is finishing college and has a serious girlfriend. He has barely any time for me because he prioritizes everything else. I've spent my adult life raising this child, providing for him and making sure he has many opportunities. He is polite to others but not to me. His dad defends his behavior and says I'm too sensitive because I expect him to have a conversation with me at least once when he comes home. When he does come home, he only wants to spend time with his girlfriend. He talks to my husband about their mutual interest, but either starts talking to someone else when I chime in or tells he has something to do and never comes back on it. On the occasion that he does this to my husband, he gets annoyed. When he does it to me, it's justified because I talk about things that no one really cares. After being reprimanded by my husband about wanting to join the conversation and how no one was interested in hearing about what I wanted to talk about, I found out that I have cancer today. It's stage 4. There is very little that they can do. I'm so mentally beaten down that I don't want to tell them. They don't realize that I don't really have friends anymore due to being the primary caretaker to my other son, who has a disability. At least I know that he loves me. I'm heartbroken that I won't be there to take care of him. That part makes me cry when I'm alone. But so does the other part. But I don't want attention now that is just to keep them from feeling guilty. Sadly, I don't even think it would be long lasting. Thanks for letting me vent. My heart is broken, but not much more than it's been for the past few years. Just to clarify, I have not been abusive or neglectful. I have not been a martyr. I have expressed sadness at the way they have treated me, but they constantly say I'm being ridiculous. But either way, I know this is it for me. Man, this is rough. OP, I hope you're well. And I know cancer sucks, but this is not the end for you. You still have time. And hopefully, they get to change their mind and really treat you with the respect that they should do. It's up to you whether you want to share the news or not, but I really feel like you should have somebody to really vent your frustration, whether it be your family or relative or even a therapist, OP. Because cancer sucks, but going through it alone sucks even more. And there's always going to be people there for you, OP.
If you enjoyed these stories, like, comment, and subscribe to support the channel. This is Xaynew Stories, and I'll see you on the next one.